we are going to the trends, what has been making news in social media platforms, that are now joined by my colleagues, of course, Willis Raburu and Janet Mbogwa. And Willis Raburu is the one to take us through this. And of course, I'll be here with Deputy President William Ruto to also tell us what he thinks about it all. Willis.
All right, thank you so much, Hussein Mohammed. And Mr. Deputy President, thank you for joining us for this segment. Of course, this is the time you can also sit back and relax. It's not going to be as hard as Hussein's. Let's take the load off and look at the digital arena over here. The first trending topic, of course, this week was the wage bill. The wage bill is the first trending topic, of course. And there is a picture of Kenyans depicting what the SRC looks like to them.
Trust Kenyans, as always, to be creative, but in a sense, that's exactly how they feel.
That's a man with a machete.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is the SRC slashing everything.
Yes.
The Deputy President, maybe can say something about that.
Well, I don't think that's the direction really they are going. I think this is just a candid, open discussion among us friends, and this is the conversation that Kenyans should have.
Okay.
Yes.
Willis, go on.
All right, all right. Okay, as we continue with the conversation over there, let's take a look at the next picture. Again, a bit of creativity there shown. That is the president saying we're going to take a pay cut.
And they're begging for mercy.
We will sacrifice anything
Yes.
for you.
I don't know
Who do you think those are?
If you go back to the picture there, you'll see it.
Let's
What the TV term on their posterior is what I'll say. It's written sycophants.
Sycophants, people who would not have taken a pay cut but now are taking a pay cut because the Deputy President is taking a pay cut.
No, that is so unkind. I mean, honestly, I think you should celebrate the people who are willing to take a pay cut, because the wage bill is a major, serious problem for Kenya. And I don't think anybody who agrees to take a wage bill cut or a wage cut is a psychopath. I think it's just a person who believes in reality.
Okay. Of course. All right, putting it there in perspective. The last one is a question that you asked earlier, Hussein, and what Kenyans are asking. Who is next? You can see there, that is like a ghost worker and has a question mark for a head. Perhaps Janet and Hussein, you can take a
that should have been a rope, actually.
Yes, let's throw it back to the Deputy President.
Yeah, who hasn't really told us who people is next.
Yes. So perhaps it could be
maybe members of parliament, maybe senators, maybe you, Hussein.
Exactly. Maybe ourselves.
Although he says he doesn't pay our bill, but we are willing. We are willing for the country. Raburu.
All right. Let's move on now. The next one is something and I want the Deputy President to take a look at this particular clip, because we'll come back and ask him a question. This is about what we are calling PDA, the Presidential Display of Affection. Let's take a look.
Just run to the arms of the one who loves you. You just run to his arms.
There you go. Where was the Deputy President during the race?
We would like to know where the Deputy President was, Hussein. We would like to know where he was that
PDF, Presidential Display
of Affection.
PDA. Where was the DPDA?
Yes.
Madam Ruto was also there. You were not there to hug her. You were not even there to run.
Unfortunately, I was away in Eldoret. But when I came in the evening, I didn't have a wife. She was flat. But she also learned that whenever I tell her in the morning, let's go run in the gym, she normally says, oh no. But now she knew how important it was to go to the gym in the morning.
So you're confirming that you're a very fit person.
Of course, that fitness is what we all need. Like, you know, some of us here, Hussein doesn't need it. He looks okay, but some of us need to shed a few. All right, of course, those are the two we'll be looking at more later on. Right. So back to you, Hussein.
Right. Of course, at the end, of course, we'll be looking at more and finally looking at your feedback in all this. We really want to appreciate Deputy President William Ruto for making time for us on the big question tonight. Of course, like he said, it's a very, very bold measures that are needed, but he said he's willing to pay whatever price that comes with it, political or otherwise. You have promised us within 1 year we'll see, by December we'll see a lot of differences, including ghost workers and even wastage. So let's see how that works. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you, Hussein.
We'll be back after the break.
so now we continue with the social trends. I don't know if we can, oh, there we have it. That's nice, gentlemen. I got to introduce you for a change. How does it feel, Hussein and Willis?
It's okay. We never have a problem with that. We always have problems with such things.
Taking charge for a while.
Yeah. Willis.
Right, Willis.
We are good now. Now we have a few more trends to go.
Yeah.
We have about 3 more left. So the first one was wage bill, the second was the pre-DA, the presidential displays of affection. The third one is the 7 years of M-Pesa. 7 years of M-Pesa, and as you can see, that is Janet's Nokia 3310.
Yes. Proud. Listen, Willis, we were all proud owners of that phone once upon a time.
Yes. I remember I got my first phone after Phone 4, so it was
Right, that was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Wow. Okay, go on with it.
Wow, Hussein.
Thank you, Hussein. Right, now that you graduated last month. Now, the next picture, of course, the Matatu strike. That was the number 4 trending topic, the Matatu strike. And Kenya's ingenuity, again, as you can see over there, that is somebody who resorted to carrying somebody else because the Matatus were on strike. I don't know if Hussein, do you still use Matatus now that when I interview my deputy president?
Oh, Willis went there.
I had to have a
Amazing,
comeback.
isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I do. Proudly.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they don't recognize you. Next time you see someone in a hat, make sure you pull it up. It could be Hussein. Let's take a look at something else interesting about this Matatu strike. It took us back. Let's take a look at that picture over there. I don't know.
Nayabas.
Exactly.
Right.
The Nyabas. Maybe Janet can read it for us.
I can't see it, to be honest.
Janet is the one who says she's young, but she can't see. It's amazing. Anyway, if you don't remember it, you are either too young for your parents or too rich.
Janet,
Well, I remember
there you
it.
go. I covered both of you in that. Too young, Janet,
Do not even say the next
and
thing
too
about
rich,
me.
Hussein.
Hussein is like, don't say it. Too late, Hussein. He said it. Yeah.
So there you go over there. And of course, the last trend is Nairobi Half Life. Now, Kenya continues to, apart from Lupita Nyong'o, Nyarseme, Giniwasekao, we have a few Kenyan there who won an award at the Africa Magic Awards there for Nairobi Half Life, a splendid movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It's such a great feat. You know, they had over 50 nominations in those Continental Film Awards. So just a showcase of our talent and innovation, and we're really proud of the team that won those awards.
Yeah. And of course, maybe I could be there soon. You know, you never know. You might be.
You and Janet as well. Janet, we keep saying this. Janet may be the next in line, but we are not going to untwist anybody to get you there, Janet. But anyway, Willis.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Those are the last ones, but I want to leave you with something, Hussein.
Right.
Of course, we all know Hussein is a supporter of You Never Walk Alone. But that is what Arsenal fans are now resorting to.
Okay. And Bayern Munich is playing, so we need to find
so
out.
Semenyo Arsenal Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bayern Munich Jew in a moment, but anyway.
So
thank
of course,
you.
the team is Manchester United. There is no debate about that. Let's just let this other team called Arsenal try something. But for now, I'm sorry, Janet. I know this is a bit of football, but it's okay.
No. It's okay.
You get
but I'll be joining Hussein in just a moment to wind up with some feedback.
Right.
All right.
So Willis, thank you. Next week. Let us look now at some of your feedback as I wait for Janet to come and join me on Twitter. Let's see what you're saying. At Julian Chula, the animal called corruption took 30 years to create and has morphed. It will take time and united minds to uproot it. What I like about the wedge bill, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, Senator Elgeyo Marakwet, what I like the wedge bill debate is that ultimately the steps to be taken will be Kenyan driven. At Annette Onyango, all these reductions are pretty much theoretical. Are there tangible results? Well, time will tell.
At Beloved of Ware says, don't you think it's hypocritical for the executive to take a pay hike last year and then now reduce it by a small percentage? Right, and then we have double. Do we need laptops for schools in an economy that is collapsing? I guess he's talking about priorities there. And at Miss_Makanga, we need an objective and stingy government. Some of their expenses cannot be justified.
And at Ethel underscore Shikes, being a government that's implementing a devolved government, we should be a bit practical on some of the measures being done. At Joseph Gombe, we need to cut down the bloated civil service. Pay cuts by the bosses alone will not suffice.
Right, an engaging debate, a lot of feedback and engaging questions there. One more hashtag that was interesting was while Twitter was down.
Oh.
And people were saying while Twitter was down.
This is what went down.
Yeah, well, they said I realized that I have people in my life and they're called my family. So
wow.
basically saying it's made us so antisocial at some point. But
right.
Thank you all so much for watching The Big Question. I'm Janet Bogwa. Good night.
Good night, I'm Hussein Mohammed.